Vernon warned Leslie at the end of the episode that he has only begun to push and even said game on. So I guess we have yet a new rival for Leslie. She has so many to keep track of. Hello, hello, fellow Beyond the Gates viewers and those that watch my reviews but are taking a break from the show. We have made it to the final episode this week. Because of college basketball, today is basically our Friday of the show, even though it was a Wednesday episode. And I will say that at least we ended on a stronger note than the other two episodes that happened this week. Because I do feel as though today had a lot of good stuff happening, some deep conversations. There's still some weak points, Leslie has been on for the third time this week. She's been on a lot lately. She's been on as much as the trash that they try to call the Vanessa character. Which, by the way, if you all smell the stench today, even if you didn't watch today and are just watching this review, you might have smelled a stench because trash was on it again today. It was a nice break, the last two episodes, from having to deal with trash, aka Vanessa. Let's start today with Bill, though, who stopped by to see Vernon. Vernon was hoping Bill was coming over with good news because he needs some good news in that house. Bill did have good news. He has gotten the construction stopped on Leslie's shouse for now because of an oversight, because she went over the zone by 1 inch. So Bill got extra petty with trying to put a stop to Leslie's construction for now while Anita is going through this cancer battle. Anita came in glad to see Bill, and Bill had quite a reaction to Anita today as well. I think the acting from Tim and Kial Durrett, I think is his name, was quite good today. I think from jump, once Bill saw Anita, you can see the emotion in Bill today, and seeing a weaker Anita and Bill thinking of Anita as his mother, you could see that today. Anita was talking about how cancer is winning this round today, but she thanked Bill for putting a stop to the noise across the street. Anita got Vernon to leave and go to Orphe Jean's to get her some shrimp and grits because she wanted to talk to Bill one-on-one, and he asked what this is about. Anita was wondering if she could lean on Bill as one of her loved ones and the circle of people that she thinks she can lead on. Bill was touched by this to be included in that group. Anita was saying that she can count on Bill for the truth and asked if he still sees her as Anita or just sees the cancer. Bill says he sees his mother, which was not only a touching nod to how Bill has felt for a long time now, wanting to be a part of the Dupree family again, but that his biological mother, when she was sick, Bill said that at the end of her life, his mother was so beat down, she never thought she would get better, and that's kind of what Anita is reminding him about today. So Bill told Anita not to let the cancer bully her into submission and gave her a bit of a rallying speech. I like these scenes because, well, some people might not want Bill redeemed, and I don't either. I think they need to keep the edge to Bill for sure. They've always done a good job of how Bill and Anita and Vernon at one point had a lot of respect for each other. But also how Bill has been missing being a part of that family for the past several months when he was seeing Danny move on to another man and feeling some kind of way about that. So this was a good follow-up for the character development of Bill. Plus, he at least puts a momentary stop to Leslie. Leslie was with Eva today with the construction worker, telling Leslie that the construction was shut down on her house because it didn't pass inspection. Leslie got on the phone to yell at someone. Eva was trying to be nice to the construction guy while her mother was being mean as usual. Leslie thought it was a joke when she found out that they were over the property line by 1 inch, and she was feeling like she was getting played. The inspector ended up coming over to talk to Leslie, and Leslie could not get her way with the inspector either. The inspector won't let construction restart until new plans are made. They could have cast this actress that played the inspector as someone else. I saw someone on Twitter say she would have been good casting for Mama Hawthorne, who we still haven't seen, but instead she plays a random inspector. Or they could have just made the inspector Mama Hawthorne, because I do think we should see Izaiah and Jacob's mom at some point. Anyway, Eva was getting annoyed by Leslie today and finally said that she's done, at least for the day, that she told Leslie to not call her, that she will call Leslie, maybe. Kat was also there at Orphe Jean's because Kat today was talking to Kial, but Kat enjoyed the show of seeing Leslie and Eva argue with the construction worker and seeing Eva get upset with her mama. But yes, Kat was with Kial today and asked Kial about Nicole and how basically kind of interrogating Kial for her mother. It really just showed us that Kat still needs a storyline of her own because her only storyline is to obsess over Leslie and Eva. I don't know if the writing for Kat will ever get better. It's a character that had a strong fan base at one point with this show, but they have totally botched it. The trend of botching characters has to get better on this show. But Kial told Kat about his kids, and Kat learned that his wife passed away, and Kial said that he likes spending time with her mom. I don't really know if Kat's interrogation accomplished much, but then Leslie came up to Kat after Kial left and interrogated Kat to see if she had anything to do with the construction on her house being shut down. Kat said it was nice to see Leslie getting what she dishes out. So that was kind of nice to see. I guess Leslie finally has a little bit of egg on her face. Then Vernon came to Orphe Jean's to pick up the shrimp and grits for Anita and basically made it known to Leslie that it was his fault that her construction was shut down because he brought up the fact that the property line was 1 inch off. Vernon warned Leslie at the end of the episode that he has only begun to push and even said game on. So I guess we have yet a new rival for Leslie. She has so many to keep track of. Meanwhile, Kat went to the house when Bill was leaving and getting emotional after his talk with Anita. And Kat saw him tearing up. And Bill and Kat ended up hugging. I think Kat might have thought that something was very wrong with Anita because of Bill's reaction. But it was also a nice grief hug between Bill and Kat today. There are definitely some episodes where I think the show does nail Anita's cancer. This was one of those moments. Anytime they have the characters showing worry and grief over Anita, they do a very good job of that. And I thought they did a great job with Kat and Bill today with their grief hug. At the end, Kat overheard Anita calling Monica, Shanice's aunt, to consult on her case and help. So that must be why Monica has been around so much, and she is a cancer expert, so I think she will probably be the one to really help Anita out with the cancer. I saw someone speculating online that maybe she will take the chief of staff job after our current chief of staff goes down for being involved with the impaler ring, which I think is a real possibility. All right, let's get to the stench. A distraught trash, aka Vanessa, stopped by to see Nicole today. They talked about how shocked they were to see Deanna going ballistic in public on Vanessa. Vanessa was doing her not so great job of crying and saying that Deanna's venom cut right through her. Vanessa has been keeping her distance, but is talking to Donnell about Deanna. Donnell tells Vanessa at times that Deanna stays in her bed all day some days, but then on some nights she goes and parties, which Nicole said is kind of a typical college person, especially Gen Z. Vanessa talked about how in the past Deanna has had big emotions, but right now something is more off after losing her father. Duh. I guess Nicole gave Vanessa some advice where that was concerned to give Deanna some distance, but don't completely stay out of touch. Kial came by to apologize to Nicole for his behavior with Carlton earlier when he was being jealous. And Kial talked about how he's never fought for a woman before and didn't come to town looking for anything serious. Kial was wondering if he is still an option for Nicole after his off day. Nicole said that he is, and Kial wants to go so far as to give Nicole a key to his new place, which seems very extreme to me. They are still in the very beginning stages of dating, but I guess Kial wants Nicole to have some easy access for some more lovemaking. I don't think they're doing a good enough job of building this Kial and Nicole relationship. I don't know why they decided to make Kial be the jealous one in the last episode, even though they had been making Carlton be the jealous one. They want this to be a good triangle, and well, they started to have momentum because they finally started to flesh out the Carlton character a little bit. I don't think they've done a good job with this Nicole love triangle this week. Joey started this episode complaining to Randy on the phone when Izaiah walked in to see Joey. It was a surprise stop because he came to talk something personal with Joey about how he is seeing Eva, and he knows that Joey has business with Eva's mom. Joey made sure to say he is silent partner. He's a silent partner in the free clinic, and that he tries to spend as little time with Leslie as possible. They both commended Eva for how she puts up with her crazy mother, which they should commend Eva, because I don't know how she does it. Izaiah talked about how most of his old friends are locked up or dead, and he isn't because of Joey Armstrong. He's so thankful to Joey. Joey can see that Eva brightens up his life. Izaiah wants to tell Eva about his complicated past friendship with Joey, but wanted Joey's blessing first before he discusses Joey's business. Joey said he had nothing to hide. He did kind of warn Izaiah about sharing his past with Eva because he knows Izaiah tries to hide from his past. But this was kind of another episode where they are trying to make Joey more likable, and yet they have him in this pairing with Vanessa, and they continue to make her more unlikable as possible. Vanessa did arrive to talk to Joey, and, Vanessa was so proud of Joey and the way he has this paternal streak with Izaiah, and how Vanessa wishes everyone else can see what a kind man Joey is. I don't know. I kind of got a little nauseous watching Vanessa praise Joey. I'm so over it. Just so over it. Vanessa got a text from Donnell about how Deanna's okay, and Vanessa talked about Nicole's advice, so Joey suggested she leave a voicemail for Deanna, which is what she did, and Vanessa knows that Deanna will take more time than Donnell did to get back on track and get over this. But I just want to know where Deanna is, because she should be involved in the storyline still. She was the only interesting thing about this storyline over the past several months now. To end the episode, Izaiah and Eva ended up together to talk about what Leslie did this time, and Eva said she's clocking out parenting her parent for the day. Izaiah brought up his own family mess, and Eva said that Elon doesn't know Izaiah like she does. She wanted to know what friend he was talking her up about to, and it was Joey Armstrong, which did surprise Eva. Izaiah talked about how Joey always saw the good in him, even at his lowest. And by the end, Izaiah and Eva were kissing it up again. I mean, they did put effort into the Eva and Izaiah relationship this week. And the Izaiah character in general has been good this week. He's really been sticking up for Izaiah. He's, put up boundaries with Leslie. He really could be a good character. I wish they would have done a better job of fleshing him out to actually be a bad boy. This show could use some like Bo Brady's, but they're still doing a better job with Izaiah and Eva this week than normal. That's the nicest thing I can say about this week. That's the end of our week, though. I will say next week's preview does kind of look like the same old shit, but hopefully it will be more dramatic than this week. I'll talk about that on Sunday per usual. Since there are no more episodes this week, if you want to catch some classic soap operas, you can go to my Patreon, patreon.com/OCGTV. See some classic Young and the Restless I just put up from 1988 that I reviewed. And we're still doing Days of Our Lives in 1984 and plenty of other stuff to check out. I'm going to start General Hospital in 1987, but there's also 1984 episodes of General Hospital. Lots of good shit there. And maybe I'll also review the current day Bold and the Beautiful again this week like I did last week. So yeah, I won't see you beyond the gates, folks, again until Sunday when we look at the preview and I read y'all's comments. And Devin wants me to fantasy book a storyline, so I guess I will do a little bit of that also.